Yo, what is up, everybody? This is your boy, TheEnderCatYT, and welcome back to another topic that I like to discuss, and I think you're gonna like this one. Shoutouts to Puddle of Cheese again for another suggestion video. So guys, we have done it. We have gotten this man over 200 subscribers, and now he's
already at 300, which thank you, by the way, but now we need to get to 400.
And speaking of which, let's get this channel to at least 900 before the end of January. We need to hit that big 1K at the end of February as well. Making milestones right here. And the battle will be legendary! Or some shit, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so to stay on topic, I do want to go ahead and talk about something that I was suggested by Puddle of Cheese. And that was my predictions for Sonic 4, as it was already announced, I think a day before Sonic 3 came out. I don't know, either or, Sonic 4 was announced, and if y'all saw in the post-credits scene, which I'm going to get into later, spoiler warning, I'm gonna put this up there on the screen, just in case that you haven't seen Sonic 3, go ahead and watch it, and then come back to this video. I repeat, go watch Sonic the Hedgehog 3, it is definitely worth your time, it is definitely peak, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed in any single way possible. Unless you're Matt Walsh or IGN or just somebody that got paid to say Mufasa's better. Now with that out the way, let's get started. So what we know from the 3 movies, the post-credit scenes, and the announcements for Silver the Hedgehog and one of the tweets on Twitter, I think I already have a synopsis in my head on what I want or what I think that Sonic 4 is going to be like. So in the post-credit scenes, we have seen not one, but 2 characters shown for the next Sonic movie, and that's Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. And weirdly specific, those 2 only get shown in the post-credit scenes. And now the reason why I say this is mainly specific, it's because that they both originate from the game Sonic CD, which was released on the Sega CD. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Paramount has announced that they want to introduce Silver into the movie series. And notice something real quick. Sonic CD is a time-traveling game. And Silver is a character that has to go back in time to save his future from being destroyed. You see what I'm cooking, right? But I'm gonna get back to that later. What we need to do is address something real quick. The Sonic fans were absolutely correct. Metal Sonic would be finally introduced into the Sonic movie universe, which most likely this scene's history goes back to the scene where Sonic asks Eggman to team up with them, which goes back to one part of the movie where Sonic is asked by Dr. Eggman to extract one of his powerful quills, which beforehand was used to extract certain energy towards his machines in the older movies. So imagine he outsmarted Sonic from the very beginning, and if Dr. Eggman was designed as dead after the explosion, Metal Sonic or the Metal Sonics would finally activate in order to exact his revenge and carry out Dr. Eggman's legacy, which he's done in the past games. But wait a minute, there's multiple Metal Sonics. So who's in charge and who's controlling them if Eggman's supposedly dead? Now, with the fact that it was announced that Dr. Eggman was announced to come back in the 4th movie, it could be Dr. Eggman announcing his faked death and whatnot. Or Neo Metal Sonic. Now, Neo Metal Sonic has been shown to single-handedly lead the Dr. Eggman Empire and overthrow Dr. Eggman. And you want to know the best part about this is? It's a more likely scenario with Neo Metal Sonic being the controller of all the different Metal Sonics, rather than Dr. Eggman controlling all the Metal Sonics after being sought out as dead. And this could work for many reasons. Now, one of those could be Metal Sonic having a superiority arc into thinking that he is more than just a robot. Think of it like Age of Ultron or Sonic Heroes, basically. It would probably be like a plot with Neo Metal Sonic making all these different Metal Sonics terrorize the town. Not only that, but can copy all of Sonic's abilities and know all of Sonic's weaknesses, and can access the Chaos Emeralds. Now, number 2 could be Silver's introduction. So if y'all remember from Sonic 06, Silver has mistaken the Iblis Trigger, or the destroyer of his future, for Sonic the Hedgehog. And now with this robotic imposter on the loose, I'd say that it definitely be a good excuse or a good argument into mistaking Sonic for being, here I say, the destroyer of the future. That, or she runs into Shadow thinking that he has triggered the end of the world, and then they have a big fight, and then Shadow somehow prevails because he's Shadow. Like, it's Shadow, guys. Like, he's the best. I'm fucked. So it's best to question, where does Amy come into all of this? Well, I mean, they already announced that Amy's character is not going to be the same character in the game, so I'm guessing that she has a time stone on her, meaning that she's also a time traveler, meaning that she's here to save Sonic's present and Silver's future at the same time and get them to align with each other. That, and also she's an iconic role in Team Sonic. But here's the only problem. She needs a human character. Yeah, I know, y'all don't like the human characters, but just bear with me for a second. Now, Sonic and Tails have Tom and Maddie. Knuckles has Wade Wimple. Shadow had Maria. So maybe Amy and Rachel, look, guys, just hear me out. Just hear me out, bro. Say what you want about Rachel, bro. It's honestly valid. It's valid, bro. If you don't like what I'm saying, it's okay, bro, but just hear me out. Now, Rachel doesn't do absolutely much as the other humans or any of the cast do, but her husband is a spy. You see where I'm getting at? No? Okay. So basically they could be spies, right? Basically making sure that they don't get caught so they don't mess up the canon. You know, avoiding the Sonic team, they already met Sonic, right? Avoiding Gun because they're not gonna take hold of the situation like how they always try to do. And I think Amy and Rachel are good buddies that would definitely become I really hope this don't sound weird. I'm not gonna lie. This might sound weird, but listen, just help me with it. Or they could slide cream and cheese in here, honestly, because Amy knows what Gun is capable of, especially with like a lot of the cast are capable of, like Sonic, Shadow, and especially Dr. Eggman. So Amy has probably made a vow to keep Cream safe, kind of like how Sonic would keep Tails safe. And again, this is what I think is going to happen. Not that it's confirmed, okay? So if you don't like anything that I like, just remember, I'm just making a prediction, okay? Now, I think there's one last thing that I do have to talk about on what I believe is going to happen in the fourth Sonic movie. And that's Sonic's relationship with Super Sonic. Now, if you know the Archie comics or Fleetways comics, then you know that Super Sonic and Sonic the Hedgehog are either corrupted versions of Super Sonic or separated evil versions of Super Sonic, basically. And since we get hints of that from both Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, well, a little bit from Sonic 2, but it's more official and more clear as day on how dangerous Super Sonic and the films can get, so yeah, Sonic 3. And I think that'd be a W decision, by the way. Just having Sonic face his inner demons of accepting the fact on whether he's a true hero or not. Because I don't think that much of modern Sonic media, let alone modern franchises, show that anymore, honestly. Then again, I could be proven wrong by that statement by a long shot, but I digress. Now, as for who I think should be shown in the post-credits in Sonic the Hedgehog 4, I'd say no one other than Rouge the Bat herself. I don't know how they're gonna do it, so I'm really scared if they decide to put Rouge in the fourth movie or in the fourth movie as like a post-credit scene. But I think her importance in the Sonic cast really does mean a lot, honestly. And it really shouldn't be taken for granted, and it would definitely move the story along and really help with Shadow's past and legacy and whatever. So Rouge is definitely a good choice for the next Sonic character shown in the post-credits. But other than that, what do you think? Should Amy be able to time travel? Will Eggman control the Metal Sonics, or will Neo Metal Sonic control all the Metal Sonics? Will we get a cinematic version of the Fleetway comics? Maybe I'm right, and all of y'all are gonna get pissed off at me for being right, and maybe Paramount has taken my notes into consideration, and then Amy befriends Rachel and they have a whole session inside of the movie. Look, no matter what happens at the end of the movie, just know that this bitch Rue better show off her titties. And yeah, that's my prediction for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Yeah, you can see why I'm not a writer, okay? Well, I mean, I am, but just not a really good one. But again, it's just another synopsis of a beautiful franchise that we just love to be passionate about. But you know, honestly, whatever they do, all I know is that they're going to follow up with the games and try to appease the fans the best way that they can. And as long as director Jeff Fowler has a plan, we're all in safe hands. That's a bar right there! But yeah, let me know in the comments below.
What do y'all think that the Sonic 4 plot is going to be like? I'd love to hear y'all suggestions. And like I said earlier, let's try to hit 900 subscribers at the end of January. And let's give this man Pose of Chaos his flowers. Because again, this video would have never existed without him. So get him to 300 subs right now. But with that being said, this is TheEnderCatYT, and I'm out of here.